Welcome to the Fane of Fantasy. As promised in a previous video, I wanted to come back to you with some more details on the world of Erisdün. Erisdün is the setting I created for the Keystone Bone Trilogy, and I'll make sure that there are no spoilers in this video, so you need not to worry about that. And if you stick with me until the end of the video, I will also announce the possibility for a special giveaway as well, so stay tuned. The world of Erisdün are roughly divided into 5 different areas, and I will cover each one in short here. Furthest to the north we find the Northern Lands. This is a cold, desolate region where no life exists. Eternal winter resides here, but despite its emptiness, this region will have a very important role to play in the trilogy. And then we have a thick and impassable mountain range which keeps the Northern Lands separated from the 2 large human kingdoms. In the west we find the kingdom of Vernor, and in the east we have the Fëanor Empire. Now these 2 countries are very different from one another. Vernor are very minimalistic and they prefer to live off the lands. They like to maintain ancient traditions, and with a ruler who relies on a council of elders, they are not really the ones who are gonna challenge any conventions as a whole. Fëanor, on the other hand, are completely the opposite. They are rich, they have a massive army, and they like to use it, and they like to expand their borders. They take what they want when they want. And without giving too much away, I can tell you that if you know me, you will also know that I cannot help myself in creating conflict for my characters whenever I get the chance. So there will be plenty of shoulder rubbing between these 2 nations over the course of the 3 books. All that divides them, these 2 countries, Fëanor and Vernor that is a river which runs right down the middle of Erisdün, creating a natural borderline between them. However, it's not really the river itself that demands caution, it's the bronze tower that sits right next to it on a piece of neutral land. This is the place of the Maggio Order, an organization of powerful female spellcasters who have kept this base of power for a long time. There is much more to be said on the Maggio Order, but I will save that for another video in the near future. Let's instead move further to the south. Down here we find Desolation, and this is a realm completely covered in the most beautiful forests one can imagine. This is the home of the Duians, the home of Ea, one of the main protagonists that I actually covered in the first video in this playlist. It was entitled Desolation Book 1, the Keystone Bone Trilogy. I've placed a link right here on the screen somewhere. I'm not sure if such a link actually shows up if you are watching from mobile, but I'm sure you can find the video on the channel if you missed it. Now the Duians all live a secluded life inside their forests. They live in clans, and although there are plenty of them, there is only one city visible to the outside world, and that is Erisdün. Here the Duians trade with other nations, and for the most part they use the river to freight goods in and out. This area is one of the key ones, although the characters do not spend that much time here in Desolation, which is the first book in the series. Oh, and by the way, Desolation is about a month away from international release, depending on when you watch this video, of course. But it should be out towards end of November, start of December 2016. And yes, I'm looking so much forward to releasing this book into the world. Anyway, back on topic. We want the characters on the move, out there in front of danger, not sitting at home enjoying their supper. So that is why they don't spend that much time in Tatooine in the first book. Next to Tatooine is the Kingdom of Crypia. This is a land covered with mountains, and it stands in quite sharp contrast with its neighbor, the forest realm of Tatooine. In fact, about the only thing they have in common with their neighbors in Tatooine are the fact that they too like to stay isolated. They too have only one city visible to the outside world, and that is called Morn Kassad. The rest of their kingdom is hidden away deep inside the mountains, where they mine for all the riches that is available down there. In truth, no one has more wealth than Crypia, not even Fanua. We do not see that much to this area in Desolation Book 1, but I'm about 80,000 words into book 2 at this point in time, and here I can promise you it plays a major role. In the southern corner of the world is Erisdün. This too is a land in contrast with other parts of the world. Contrary to the cold northern lands, this is a warm place. It's a jungle-infested continent that officially does belong to Tatooine. However, the Duians themselves refer to this place as the Cursed Forest. Back in a time that has since been long forgotten, Horcus would battle evil, and these creatures we now call lizards, and when he finally defeated them, they were forced back onto Erisdün, where they are since believed extinct. But there are things cooking on Erisdün, and I can promise you it's not only lizards, if that's what you think. That is the world of Erisdün, at least in a quick summary pass. It was great fun creating, and it is a wonderful setting to write in. I only hope you will find it immersing and capable of transporting your mind into a fantasy realm, at least for the time your eyes spent crossing the pages in the trilogy. I mentioned a giveaway in the beginning, so what is it? Well, I would like to give away a signed paperback copy of Desolation once it's released. I'm trying to build a community of fantasy fans via this channel, so let's set a target for ourselves. If we get to 100 subscribers before 1st of December, then I will randomly choose a winner among the subscribers. I'll ship the book to wherever in the world you live with a personal handwritten note to you inside. The only rule is that you have to be a subscriber of this channel. And we have to reach the 100 subscriber mark before 1st of December. I will do my part in promoting the channel, and you can of course pitch in if you want. Maybe tell one or two of your friends who are also interested or like fantasy about the channel, and get them to join the Faint of Fantasy as well. Let's see if we reach our target. Otherwise, all there is left to say is that if you like this video, please hit the like button below and leave a comment on what you think about Erisdün after watching this video. Or even better, tell me something about a world of your own creation. I will reply back to comments that is left for me below. And if this is your first time here, do make sure to subscribe, and you will get new videos every single Monday. I also have a Patreon set up for those interested in that, for just $1 a month, you will get into the rewards program. See you next week.